Hi, second graders. Today we're going to read Gooney Bird Chapter 6. Why do we have to have cardboard costumes? Beanie complained. At ballet class we have stretchy satin, and for the recital I have shimmery wings attached. They're gold. Hold still, Miss Pigeon told her. I have to cut this very carefully. I don't want to miss and cut your hair. Beanie stood very, very still. She looked nervous. Don't you dare, she said. I'm growing my hair below my waist. Ha! Shouted Malcolm. Beanie's hair goes to the waist basket. There, Miss Pigeon said. You can move now, Bean. She lifted the white cardboard that she had been cutting. The reason we have cardboard costumes is because we already have cardboard, so it doesn't cost anything. And it makes good pilgrim hats and good Native American headbands. Malcolm, she glared at him. Stop tormenting Beanie. Is your belt buckle almost finished? There's a picture of her cutting her hair. The hat. Malcolm nodded and went back to work. All of the Pilgrim boys were making large cardboard belt buckles. I saw a guy with a skull in his belt buckle, he announced. He was a Hell's Angel. Cool, said Ben. A real skull? No, fake. Kiko looked up from the beads she was gluing into her Native American headband. Don't talk about skulls, she said nervously. It makes me feel sick. My mom has skull earrings, Tyrone announced. She wore them on Halloween. They dangled 2 little skulls. Kiko stopped gluing beads and put her hands over her ears. These belt buckles will be very plain, Miss Pigeon said. The Pilgrims didn't decorate their clothing. The Native Americans did, though. Look what a good job Kiko is doing. Gently, she reached down and removed Kiko's hands from her ears so that Kiko could continue attaching beads before her glue dried. Me too. Look at mine. Tricia held up her headband. And mine. Mine's the best, Nicholas called. Miss Pigeon walked around the room admiring the work of each second grader. I'm proud of all of you, she said, smiling. Pilgrim girls, even though you don't have your decorations, your white bonnets are quite lovely. Chelsea, she said, adjusting Chelsea's cardboard hat, I think you may want to trim yours back a bit so it doesn't cover your eyes that way. And Native Americans, when you finish your beading, you may each add 1 feather from the feather pile. She reached for Tyrone's hand, which had quickly grabbed the entire collection of feathers. Just 1, Tyrone. Remember, we talked about sharing just yesterday. Scowling, Tyrone selected a long yellow feather and put the rest back. I wish I could be a Native American, Chelsea said, frowning. I hate my pilgrim hat. It's too plain. Beanie, wearing her white cardboard bonnet, patted Chelsea's arms. But we were very brave, she reminded her. We crossed the ocean, remember, not in a cruise ship either. Ben, looking up from the brim of his tall black pilgrim hat, added, Feathers are for babies. Pilgrims were tough and mean. They battled pirates. Actually, Miss Pigeon said, I don't think the Pilgrims encountered pirates at sea, but they certainly were brave. You're right about that, Ben. Can you lift up your hat a little so your eyes show? Ben tilted his head back so that he could see. All of the Pilgrims had their heads tilted back. Somehow, the Pilgrim hats were all a little too large. Good work, everyone, Miss Pigeon continued, looking around the class. And you've all memorized the words to the food song? All of the Native Americans and Pilgrims nodded. We'll practice it again when we get the headgear all done. Have you written the Room Mother song, Miss Pigeon? Gooney Bird asked. She was coloring Squanto's headband carefully. I'm working on it. There's a little problem with the rhyming, Miss Pigeon said. If only she'd let us use her name. Absolutely not, Gooney Bird said, incognito. Well, if you'd explain to her what a problem it creates. For example, Miss Pigeon said, to the song, if the song went, Hail to thee, Room Mother Green, then the next line could easily be the best room mother we've ever seen. Gooney Bird stopped coloring. She glared at Miss Pigeon. I just used that as an example, Miss Pigeon explained hastily. I didn't want to intend to give anything away. I could have used a different example. Room Mother Brown, for instance. Best room mother in town. Gooney Bird put her hands on her hips. I talked to her last night, and she said that if anyone knows her name, if anyone reveals her identity, she will not bring cupcakes, and she will not even come to the pageant no matter how many songs you write. Well then, she will remain incognito, Miss Pigeon laughed, and I'll create the best song I can under the circumstances. Thank you. And what about Squanto's dance, Gooney Bird? Have you been working on it? Gooney Bird frowned. It's hard, though. I keep on wanting to do the hula. The hula? My grandma can do the hula, Kiko said. She lives in Hawaii. That's lovely, Kiko. If she comes to visit, maybe she can give us lessons, Miss Pigeon said. My grandma can do the funky chicken, Chelsea said. She stood with her white pilgrim hat falling down in order to demonstrate. Gross, Nicholas and Ben said together, watching Chelsea wiggle her behind. Miss Pigeon played a loud chord on the piano in order to get the class's attention. Then she began to play some low notes in a repetitive way. Pretend this is the drum beat, Gooney Bird. Squanto should simply move across the stage, keeping time to the sound of drums. Maybe some rhythmic foot hopping too? I guess so, Gooney Bird said. I'll work on it at home. And it'll be easier when I have my real costume on. I'll feel more like a real Squanto in my costume. I'll feel authentic then. Miss Pigeon picked up the chalk and added authentic to the word list. True and original, known to be trustworthy, Beanie read from her dictionary. That's right. That's Squanto, all right, said Gooney Bird.